Hi, welcome to Transcend Yoga Online. I am Jillian. I am your teacher today. So we are going to do a little bit of a yoga practice on surrender and acceptance today. So all you need is the space of about your mat. You don't need any props today. However, if you have a blanket or blocks that you want to have with you just in case, feel free to use them. This practice is going to be a one-size-fits-most, meaning as long as you can get up and down off of the floor, you should be okay. I will make modifications and I will take the pose a little bit further if you want a more challenging pose. So you get to find what works for you in your practice. Okay, so like I said, we are going to talk about surrender and acceptance today. Our world has been completely changed. I know that my schedule has completely vanished. The things that I loved doing, I cannot do right now. And we are all homebound and stuck with the bare necessities, basically. So how do we accept this? How do we accept that our whole lives have completely changed? And even though this is temporary, it's still something to get used to. So we can reject it and fight it. But yoga teaches us that that's not really a place we want to go because it doesn't help. So we are in this circumstance and all we can do is accept it and surrender to it. From there, we can move to a different place. We can move to gratitude. We can move to joy. We can even move to happiness. And on the days that we feel sad or frustrated, we can come back to surrender, back to acceptance, and then from there, once again, move into gratitude and happiness. Eckhart Tolle has said, when a situation comes up in life, you have three options. You can leave it, you can change it. Oh goodness, and what is the third one? Leave it, change it, or surrender to it. You can accept it. Your choice. Everything else is insanity. So let's begin our practice. Take one hand on your heart, your other hand on your belly, right about where your belly button is. Close your eyes and just take notice to your breath. And I want you to think or feel what's going on inside your body. Notice where you feel tightness, and notice where you feel a little more openness. Notice where your thoughts have been recently. Have you felt unfocused? Or maybe now that your life is not so chaotic, if that's the case, maybe you find you can focus more. Notice your emotional state. Notice what kind of mood you are in. How does your mood relate to your thoughts? Now let your breath deepen. Notice your rib cage expanding on the inhale. And notice everything coming back to center on the exhale. Keep breathing. Let your breath be slow and deep and even. Allow for about 4 more breaths. Very nice. When you're ready, bring your hands back down onto your thighs. Gently blink your eyes open, and let's start our practice. I'm going to move to my mat. So come onto hands and knees. Let your knees be hip width apart. Spread your fingers wide. And let your hands be right underneath your shoulders. Now feel the slight pulling in and up of the belly, and as that happens, your tailbone is going to press back slightly. Notice the natural curve of your low back. So not here, this isn't a natural curve for me. Right about here is my natural curve. Find yours. Take a breath or two here. Now from here, let's move into cow and cat. So on the inhale, belly drops down. Lift your heart. And then on the exhale, round your spine up. Keep moving at your own pace. Notice your inner thighs are slightly strong. Notice your triceps are slightly strong. Notice how you keep your belly slightly strong. Take one more full cycle. Come back to a neutral spine. Come up onto your fingertips, and we're going to move into baby down dog. Walk your fingers forward just slightly. Now hang out here for just a moment. Remember, knees and hips are right in line with each other. Don't let that change. But my shoulder blades are going to slide down my back, and my heart is going to press down towards the mat. From here, I'm going to bring my palms down onto the mat. I'm going to keep walking my hands forward. My heart is sinking down towards the mat. Now, here's where you have a choice. If you cannot go any further, then feel free to stay here. This is fine. If you can bring your forehead down to the mat, do that. If this is uncomfortable for your arms, your elbows can come down. But if you're able to keep your elbows lifted, please do that. Take a few breaths here and feel the grounding down of your forehead. Your third eye is right here, right at the center of your forehead, and feel just a sense of grounding through there. Perhaps feel a sense of acceptance in your heart. And take 2 more breaths.
Press into your hands, lift back up. Take your hands back underneath you. Now send your right foot forward. Right foot forward. Take your hands onto your front knee. Now inner thighs nice and strong. Gently squeeze them together. Small back bend here. Lift your heart. So if you have low back issues, your hands are going to stay right here. If your low back feels fine, reach your hands up. Now bend your elbows. Mini back bend here. Opening up to possibilities. Take another inhale. And then on the exhale, reach your arms back up, bring your hands back down, drape over your front leg. Feel your hips gently press forward. Let your head drape. Surrender to what is. One more inhale. And on the exhale, let your hips come back slightly. Take your foot back underneath you. Let's try the other side. Send your left foot forward. Once again, take your hands onto your front knee. Shoulder blades slide down. This naturally lifts my heart. Belly a little strong here so you don't crunch into your low back. If you have low back issues, stay here. Let your hips gently press forward. If your back feels okay, reach your hands up and bend your elbows. Mini back bend here. Lift your heart. Open up to possibilities. Reach your hands back up. Bring them back down to the mat and surrender. Drape over your front leg. Let your hips press a little bit further forward. Take a breath or two. When you're ready, let your hips press back slightly. Send your foot back underneath you. Come back into tabletop. Shoulder blades slide down your back. Curl your toes under. Now keep the strength in your arms. Press back into downward facing dog. And just get a little bit of movement here. Now here's where you have a choice. If you feel like you need to ground down a little bit more, again, think third eye, grounding down towards the mat. It's not actually touching. Just feel that sense of grounding. If you feel a little too blah today, then get some movement. Feel the movement in your hips, maybe in your knees, in your hamstrings. Take a breath or two here. When you're ready, find stillness, and let's take a few more breaths. Walk your feet up towards your hands. Come into your forward fold. Stay here for a moment. Feel the stretch in the back of your legs. Once again, feel that sense of surrendering to what is. Let go. Place your hands on your hips. Now keep your legs strong. Come up to a stand. Mountain pose. Look at your feet. Make sure they're facing as forward as you can get them. Legs strong. Belly strong. Shoulder blades strong. So when I say strong, I don't mean tense. We don't want any tense energy in our pose. We want strength. This is tense. This does not feel nice. Strength. Here is strength. Just a little bit of strength in my belly. A little bit of strength through my shoulder blades.
Take a moment, feel that sense of surrender, that sense of acceptance. When you're ready, turn to a side on your mat. It doesn't matter which side because we can work with whatever. Preferably turn towards the screen, but you decide. All right, take your feet as wide as you can get them. And what I mean by that is wrists, ankles in line with each other. Now to feel safe in this pose, you want to feel your feet trying to come towards each other. So my adductor muscles right here, my inner thigh muscles are nice and strong. Let's come into a small star pose here. So shoulder blades slide down your back, open up, once again, opening up to the possibilities that really are all around us. And then come into a forward fold here, so hands on your hips or hands out to the sides. You decide. All the way down, forward fold. Take a breath or two here. Once again, place your hands on your hips. Come back up. Legs are strong as you come up. Turn your right toes forward. Right toes forward. Now take your left hand onto your left thigh. Take your right hand onto your right knee. Come into warrior two with your legs. So you're gently pressing on your knee and on your back hip. Yeah, hip. Did I say thigh? If you've ever been to my classes, you know that I will say the wrong body part often. Do what I do, not what I say. All right, reach your hands out. Zip energy through your belly. Lift up. The world is still here. We still have the ones we love. We have everything we need. Maybe bend into your front knee a little bit more if you can. Notice how my knee is lined up with my ankle. No further. Bring your elbow down to your thigh. Arm might be out to the side. It might reach up towards the ceiling, or it might reach overhead. Maybe look up at your hand. Maybe look down. Come on back up. Warrior two, just for a moment, straighten your leg. Hands on your hips. Turn your toes so that they're facing the same direction. Same thing on the other side, so turn your left toes, which would now be forward. Reach your arms out. Bend into your front knee. So if you need to come back to one hand on your knee, one hand on your hip, go ahead and do that. As I press, my knee stays over my middle toes, so it doesn't knock in. And then my hands can come up. Feel the strength of the warrior. We have the strength to endure this. Bring your elbow down to your thigh, arm out to the side, up towards the ceiling, or overhead. Maybe bend a little bit deeper into your lunge. One more deep inhale. On the exhale, come on back up. Warrior two, just for a moment. Good, straighten your leg. Hands on your hips, turn your toes. Walk your feet together. Shake that out if you need to. From here, take a seat. Let's work into the outer hips. Take one ankle, let's take our right ankle. Take your right ankle, cross it over your thigh. Flex your foot. Let your knee just gently press away from your body. So you might stay here, or lift your behind and move it towards your foot. Now, if this is uncomfortable and if it doesn't feel nice on your wrists, you can actually do this same exact pose on your back. You'll come onto your back, you'll make sure your knee presses away from your body, and then you can lift your leg up. So here, or here. You decide.
Take a few breaths. Close your eyes. Sometimes when we stretch our hips, they get super tight. They resist when they stretch. Allow a sense of acceptance, a sense of surrender to come to the muscles around your hips. Release and let go. When you're ready, carefully uncross. So if you are on your back, stay there. Bring your right leg down. And then same thing on the other side. Cross your left ankle over your side or over your thigh. Now you might be here or you might be on your back. Like so. Again, you decide what works for you. Close your eyes. Let the muscles around your hips surrender. Take another breath. And carefully release. Now everybody find your way onto your back. Bend your knees so that your feet are on the mat. Let your shoulder blades slide underneath you, and let's take a mini bridge pose here. So nothing really high. Don't go to 100%. Just take a small one. Let your hips lift. And hold here, maybe about 50% of what you can do. Lower back down. Let that pose go. Let's try it again. Same thing. Shoulder blades underneath you. Lift your hips. As your hips lift, scoop your tailbone. See if you can lift even higher. Now maybe get your shoulder blades underneath you. And if you feel like you can go higher, press your feet into the mat. And that might lift you up a little bit more. When you're ready, lower back down. Bend your right knee into your chest. Take your left leg straight down onto the mat. And then switch out your legs. Bend your left knee. Bring it nice and close to your chest. Hold on to the top of your knee. And then release your leg back down. If there are any final poses that your body needs, move in any way that will complete your practice. Once you feel ready, come fully onto your mat. Lie down on your back. I'm going to take you through a mini guided meditation. Once again, place one hand on your belly and one hand on your heart. Feel your whole body relax. Let your muscles relax. Let your bones relax.
take a quick scan of the places that hold the most tension for you. That might be your shoulders, your forehead, even your tongue. Soften those areas. Now either say out loud or say to yourself, I surrender to what is, and I dwell in the light of possibility. Take another inhale. I surrender to what is, and I dwell in the light of possibility. Say that again a few more times. If you need a few minutes longer on your mat, stay for as long as you're able to. But if you are ready, you can bring your hands together in front of your heart, and yes, you can lie down. You can stay lying down. Think of somebody that you love or something that you're grateful for. Feel the sense of love and gratitude fill your whole body. Imagine every single cell full of love and gratitude. Remember, love grows when it's shared. The light in you shines with the light in me. Namaste. Hello everyone. Remember to like and share my video. Also, if you want a more personalized experience, I am available for private yoga sessions online. Contact me at yogawithjillian11@gmail.com or check me out on Facebook at Transcend Yoga. Bye.